Oi, what's going on, Rascallion Resonators? My name's FOXSOL. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to some more Wuthering Waves content here on the channel. If you didn't know, basically this channel is dedicated to nothing but Wuthering Waves, and I'm trying my best to help simplify the entire game for you. That is pretty much what I'm trying to do. So in any case scenario, today's video, we will be discussing more about the ecosystem. We're going over pretty much as simple as possible everything about echoes that I can possibly think of to try to summarize past videos into an easy breakdown. Let's hope that this works, because apparently I did not do my job before in explaining correctly. So I want to break this down from beginning to end. Not sure how long this video is going to be, but bear with me. Let's get into it. All righty. So, like I said, we are going to do our best to try to break down pretty much everything there is when it comes down to echoes. I want to get this set up right here, which is pretty much the first thing that I want to bring up, is that if you go to WutheringWaves.gg at right here, there is a page that is on the site for beginners. That is basically the echo stat guide in full list. This right here is going to explain to you what your main stats, secondary main stat, and your substats are in echoes, what your echo level and rarities are, what you could expect in main stats, what you could expect in your best substats. You know, this is where you could come here and get a complete idea. This will show you right here, you know, when it comes to substats, it will show you that what you can expect. You know, for example, a crit rate percentage as a substat, you can expect to get anywhere between a 6.3% all the way to a 10.5%. This is a very good website for beginners and stuff like this. Even people who, you know, don't have this knowledge offhand, that, you know, forget, go to WutheringWaves.gg and straight up, this will help you out with practically everything you need to know when it comes to this. You know, even when it comes down to, you know, crit rate, you know, you want 50%, 200% or more. Crit rate is not really hard to come by in the game, which is why weapons with crit rate are highly desired. Do know that's not the only way. It will increase your damage effectively. This will explain to you a good way to optimize your characters. Now, in general, to simplify all this to the best of my ability, I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, if you're a person that is just starting out in Wuthering Waves, I'm going to make this as simple as possible. You see right here, you got a data bank right here. You start off at 0. You start building this up. You see how the highest rarity right now going all the way up to level 5. From 1 to 4 is drop rarity 2. 5 to 9, I believe, is all. It's 5 to actually what? 8 is 5 to 7 is 3. 8 to 15 is going to be only 4s, and then from 15 on up is going to be rarity 5s. When it comes down to echoes, I don't care what anyone says. If it is green, if it is blue, if it is purple, it must die. They're worthless. In this game where XP, Echo XP and tuners are very hard to come by, that you actually have to do daily quests, and right now we have an event with the cleansing cord, for example, right? That all this is double. But in reality, when that event's over, this is all going back to singles and is going to suck, because you're not going to get all the tuners you need. You're not going to get all the XP you need to level up your echoes properly, or as much as you would like, to be completely honest. So saving every bit of XP you've collected from chests and stuff like this until you get to rarity 5 would be the most optimal play you can do in this game. I'm not saying that you can't throw a little bit here into a purple echo or even a blue echo. Don't fucking do it in a green echo. But if you need a little bit of a boost, do it very sparingly, because you're only going to see a 70% return. You're going to lose 30% in the long run on each and every tuning you're doing to these echoes. So basically what I mean there is, and this is for new players in all honesty, when you come here and you upgrade an echo and you toss in another echo, this echo's level 25. This echo's level 10. The 25 going into the 10 is only going to make it 23. You're losing 30% value of this echo by slaughtering it into this other echo. So it's best not to waste your shit. Basically, it's best not to waste until you get towards the end game, to where you beat the story, you've done almost 100% completion, and now we're at the point to where all we're trying to do is optimize our characters before the next update. That's basically it. GG, the video's over. No, not really, but that is basically the first understanding point that any new player should be focusing on. Do not focus on green, blue, or even purple echoes in this game. Echoes don't matter at this point. They don't. They're not going to be in it unless you're going to fight the holographic boss. That's the only place where the echoes are really going to matter. Every other part of the game, echoes don't matter. You could beat every other part of this game without even having one echo attached, or just having basic echoes attached with their basic stats, and you're fine. You should strictly focus in the beginning on your skill tree. Now, with that PSA out of the way, let's discuss about the echoes, about how we can use echoes to help optimize our units. I'm going to primarily use the team right here, and I'm going to use two characters as examples, GN and Mortify. Okay. GN is a character that is pretty much the most brain dead DPS you'll have in this game, that his main focus is heavy attacks. Why do I say this? Is because if you go read his resonant chain, if you got dupes all the way to the last, it's going to state right here in gold, heavy attack, intro skill, stuff like this, ultimate 120%. You're looking at all this. His outro skill, not his outro skill, but you know, his resonant skill with his resonant, excuse me, not resonant skill, his resonant liberation, which is his alt damage. My bad. This right here is going to show you that, you know, when you're in your alt form, basic, heavy, dodge, counter are all replaced with heavy attacks, Lance Quinlan, meaning that every attack's going to be what? A fucking heavy attack now. So keep that in mind. Echoes that we should be focusing on him are going to be echoes that's going to focus on the aerial damage, and it's going to focus on his heavy damage, as well as his crit rate and his crit damage. What we're trying to do is we're trying to take echoes in general that we're collecting. We're trying to gamble it in. We're trying to tune these son of a bitches into echoes that allow us to complement the character to our play style. I'm not going to tell you that my echoes are the best echoes for you, because in complete honesty, you may want to build GN something completely fucking different. And that is fine. There is no right way and there is no wrong way in building this game. Don't listen to son of a bitches that tell you, well, you are building wrong. I'm telling you, you tell me how you want to build the character. You want to build GN as a fucking tank? I can help you build the fucking character tank. You want to build GN as a fucking basic fucking attack unit that fucking does nothing but fucking shit tons of damage with only his basic attack that does nothing but crit damage and crit thing like physical, like fucking Endless Judgment Virgil from back in DMC Peak of Combat. We can do it. There's no wrong way to build. How do you want to build a character? That's what the echoes come in. The echoes are just complementary a device system, an artifact system that helps complement your play style, the way you want to do it. For me, GN, I am focusing mainly on, I want his alt. I want to play with his heavy. I want to make it to where when I switch into my DPS, he's going in and he's doing shit tons of fucking damage. He's swapping back out and he swaps back in to do it all over again. That's it. So how am I doing that? Is, grant you, I don't have the most perfect fucking echoes there is. My monkey could be 10 times fucking better, to be completely honest, but it is decent. My echoes are decent. They're doing the job that needs to be done. My echo, I'm focusing mainly on echoes right now. That for this one right here, my 4 cost is a 22% rate of crit. It is focusing on a heavy attack damage. I don't care about basic attack, but it's there, and I care about liberation. I'm caring about crit rate. I'm caring about attack percentage. I'm caring about heavy attack damage bonus mainly, and alt damage mainly. That's what I care about. I care about crit, I care about heavy, and I care about alt. That's the 3 things that I really care about. When it comes here, I put a 3 cost on here with, you know, lingering tunes, not an aerial damage. Oh no, you're not getting the attack and outro skill damage plus. I don't care. Or excuse me, I'm not getting the intro and aerial damage increase. I don't care. I don't want it. I didn't care about it. What I care about is, oh, I got 30% aerial damage bonus with this character, but I'm getting the crit damage that I want, a 15%. I'm getting another 6.9% crit rate, and I'm getting a 7.9% in my alt damage. I wish these 2 stats wouldn't be defense. I wish these 2 stats would be mainly, you know, in heavy attack damage, one of them, but it is what it is. My 3rd cost is something completely different for a main stat than I was running before, and it's working out really well. And I will give kudos to Valk, who's the person that helped make me see this, is that we have, and it was rare to get this, which we got a energy regen main stat. The reason why I have energy regen on this son of a bitch right now, and I wish I have a little bit more, is mainly for the effect of, I want to build up the alt as fast as possible, so that way we can continue hammering that alt. So, but with the substats we got here, look what we got. We got the 3 main that we want. We even got an extra, which was energy regen, but we got heavy, we got crit rate, we got energy regen, everything right here that complements GN. Who's Scamp? This one right here, it's an attack. We still need to increase our attack some, so we left it. But we got a 10.1% in heavy. We got a ultimate damage buff again of another bonus of a 9.4 and a 6.3 in crit rate. Pretty good. The attack 40 right here, I wish it would be crit damage. But with our fusion prism, again, we got crit rate, heavy attack, and crit damage, with its own values of 6.3, 8.6, 15.0%. Everything that is complementing the kit and the playstyle that I'm trying to do with the character. So altogether, our character has 15,000 HP, 2,000 attack. Energy regen is at 138, which I wish would be at 150 at least, and that's where we'll be focusing on later in, you know, hopefully finding more echoes that we can build into that. But our crit rate is great. It is over 50%. It's at 61%, and with the additional, if you read his, if you go ahead and you read the resonance chain, we get an extra 15%. Extra 15% on top of that with the crit rate for a few seconds when we come in, and our crit damage goes up an extra bit too with that. But all in general, you know, our aerial damage bonus, because if you click right here, you see more, 55%. Our heavy damage bonus is at 34.5%. I wish we can get that at 50. I'm going to try to get that at 50 right there. Get rid of the basic attack because I don't care about the basic attack, and try to get this as well up. If we can get all that up, it complements the kit. So far, this is doing well. My character does anywhere between, on a boss, somewhere between 80 to 100,000 K attack damage when he does his actual ult where he throws the fucking spear on a boss. 9 out of 10 times, I can insta kill any of the baby bosses in the game because the echoes complement the style. Now, with that being said, Mortify is another character that I only cared about one stat. And you can see it on the screen right there at 199.7% energy regen. Because Mortify, even though he's a sub DPS for me, he's only got one job. That's to go ahead and to tag in GN every single time. Why? Because with his kit, if we read his outro skill, the incoming resonator that comes onto the team, their heavy attack damage amplify by 38% for 14 seconds. So I don't care about anything else, but I want to make sure that GN swaps in. Now, originally, when I just threw some echoes on him from beginning, but we started to work on him actually to build the energy regen. So far, he's good. But everything we're focusing on, you can see, it's going to have something with energy regen in it. Level 3 calls energy regen. This right here, energy regen. This one does not energy regen, but it's a moonlit cloud. Now I'm going to probably be ended up changing these two out here in the future into just moonlit cloud based into a full moonlit cloud echo scheme, just so that way, you know, when we use our ultra skill, the next resonator gets an attack increase, which would be GN. That's probably what's going to end up happening. But I hadn't really focused on his echoes yet because I'm focusing on my DPS's echoes. All I care about right now, and it's working out perfectly with almost a 200% energy regen. He comes in, he does a couple of hits, boom. He's got full energy regen within a matter of a couple of seconds, throws GN in, GN does his shit, swap back over, do it all over again. These two I swap out the most. The only time I swap into my healer is when one of them takes damage and I gotta heal. That's it. So primarily what you could take from this video is a couple of different things. The too long don't read portion of this or listen to this damn video portion of this, to simplify this as best as possible. Your echoes needs to just complement your character and your play style. How do you want to play the character? How do you want to work with the character? What do you want to do with the character? That's all. If you want someone to tell you how to play the game, someone to tell you how to build your character and how to do all this, by all means, there is a billion fucking videos on YouTube right now for Wuthering Waves. How about you go click off this fucking video and go find someone to go tell you how to fucking be a fucking follower. I'm the person that's going to tell you. You tell me how you want to build your character. You tell me how you want to work your character. Like, hey, I don't want GN to be, you know, a crit damage motherfucker. I don't want him to be, you know, his alt do all this. I want him to be a solid tank, and I want to be able to sit there, and I want my, like I said before, make my basic attacks, you know, do shit tons of damage. We can do it. You want to turn Yinlin into a main DPS? We can do it. That is where we have the ability in this game to play any kind of style. You want to play whatever style character. We have echoes that can complement it. We have weapons that can complement it. We have different ways that we can work in this. You can make Yinlin work for GN. You can make Yinlin work for Caltro and fucking make it to where he's fucking got his nose stuck in those goddamn massive titties, snorting a line of fucking powered fucking cocaine from off of it and going fucking crazy because she's his crack cocaine and she's busting him. You could throw fucking Sephiroth out the fucking back door and you can make her the main DPS and put together a fucking team to make it work. So I'm just going to say in the comments below, if there is a certain way you would like to play the character, we can discuss it. Come to the live streams if you like. I do this with everybody. There's people out there that wants to build a character a certain way. Let's talk about it. Let's do it. Let's have fun. Let's not listen to the brain dead fucking community that's trying to tell you that you're fucking wrong every goddamn 5 fucking minutes. I'm a simple person. I'm very blunt. And that's just the way I am. So hopefully this will be my last for a long time echo video on, you know, the general information on what you should be doing. Hopefully, compared to the last videos I made about echoes, this right here will be a better video to explain to someone what, you know, echoes do. And if there is things I am missing and you feel like I am missing, by all means, leave a comment below. Come harass me in my live stream. Tell me I'm an idiot. I don't care. Let's work together and let's just play Wuthering Waves and have some fucking fun. Deuces.